Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Joshua, and I am here with my good friend.
Rich love, Imbro.
So
Yeah.
Doc, welcome. Doc is was initially a medical doctor from the Comfortnotti Teaching Hospital, and she's now here in the US. She has completed her master's in public health, and currently she is doing her OPT, which is working with a great NGO here in the US. So today we would like to discuss with you F1 visa interview questions and answers. Since this is a month, the students are preparing for their visa interview in the month of June, July, and August. And I know and I believe students who are hunting for days, many students have been able to secure days and they are now preparing for their visa interviews. So we decided to come live today and discuss the kind of questions you will be expecting during your visa interview and how you are going to respond to those questions. So, guys, welcome. If you have any questions, we have the chat box. If you have any question, you can drop in. We're going to address each and everyone's question as we keep discussing about the various questions and answers that are likely that visa officers will ask you when you go for your interview. So, guys, without wasting much time, you just go straight to the point. So, the first thing is that why are visa officers interviewing students? Why are they conducting an interview? So visa officers are conducting an interview because number one, they would like to know the purpose why you want to travel to the US. You are coming as a student visa on a student visa. So the visa officer would like to know what like the purpose with which you are traveling and if the applications you did it yourself. And also the second thing is that they want to show home ties to your home country. So the visa officer is conducting an interview for or in order for you to prove home ties to your home country because you are traveling on a non-immigrant visa. A non-immigrant visa is a short stay visa. So when you are done with school, you need to prove to the visa officer that you will be able to come home and assume whatever office or position or whatever you want to come back and do. So I'd like to also allow my friend, Dr. Mro, to share her experience as to why visa officers are conducting interviews.
Okay, so everything you've said is so true, like you rightly said. I believe, and I keep saying this on my channel, guys. My name is Dr. Rich Lavenbro, and I have a channel, same name, Dr. Rich Lavenbro. So you could also subscribe, and you also watch the videos and everything. I always tell people that you can't just follow one person and then get everything. Everybody's coming from a different perspective and everybody's story is different and everybody is presenting different kind of content. Okay, so what you said is very true. And visa officers usually, I always say this, that they don't wake up one day and say that today I'm going to not give visas to everybody. Now they are positioned to be able to safeguard their country. Like you rightly said, as a non-immigrant visa, you're not supposed to come and stay there. You're just supposed to go to school and go back into your country. And usually I say impact. Of what use would you be if you go back to your country and you don't impact after paying all that money for your education? So I did some statistics on my channel, and I think it's only right that I do it on your channel as well. Just to let people know that just for the year of 2023 alone, in Ghana, about 5,067 F1 visas were issued for 2023. 5,000 people, guys. 5,000. Tell me why you shouldn't be part. With lack of preparation, you will definitely be part of those that they did not give the visa. So if you've been able to struggle all this way, go through all the applications, your SOP, your everything to get your I-20, and then why would you let the visa interview be the stage where that will hinder your dreams of studying abroad? Please don't let it be. So I believe visa officers do this to be able to safeguard the country, to make sure that the kind of people who are coming there are not people who just take the visa and not come to school. And guys, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't even think about that. you may be able to get away with it, but you are leaving a bad impression for the future generation of people who genuinely want to come and study. So if you don't want to study and you want to do something else, find like an immigrant visa. Let somebody file for you so that you can come. But you are here, so we know it's because of F1 visa, and we trust and believe you are going to study. So Joshua, this is the reason why I think they conduct the interview. Yeah, back to you.
From my good friend Dr. Mro. So she also has a channel, Dr. Richard Mro, on YouTube. You can check the channel out and subscribe. And she shares content about F1 students and life after school. So guys, if welcome everybody. If you are here and you like to ask any questions, we have the chat box. I'm seeing Comforting Foam. Hello, Comfort. I'm seeing Bouquet and I'm seeing Obo from Nigeria. Guys, welcome. And if you have any questions, you need to drop them in the comment section or comment box. So, guys, without wasting much time, let's go straight. Before that, I've made a video on my channel, 16 questions visa officers ask. So if you not watched it, try and check that video. But in this section, we have categorized all the 16 questions into 4 different sections. So we're gonna start with the first section, which is what academics. We're going to start with the first session, which is academics, and the questions there we're going to discuss the kind of questions visa officers will be asking you when you go for the interview and how you are going to respond to them. So the first thing is why this university? So I believe everyone has gotten the I-20 and you are preparing for the interview. The visa officer has a high chance of asking you why you chose this university. So Dr. Mro, so you went for the interview and you were asked, so how did you respond to that question? Why did you choose this university?
Okay, so for me, before I even give my answer, I always tell people to shape out their answers. I can give you my answer, you can go and say the same thing as I said, and they will not give you the visa. So it's this visa process is all about you. It's your story. Whatever it is that you wrote in your statement of purpose, what people also don't know that they've already prepared for this interview. So everything you wrote in your statement of purpose is just like something that you are coming to say. So you know the reason why you chose the school, and you know the reason why you chose the course. So Joshua, did you say the school or the course, so that I'll be able to tailor
why did you choose the university?
Okay, so for the university, so I attended Brandeis University. So I just go like, so I chose Brandeis University because I want to go and pursue a master's degree in global health policy and management. And when it comes to social policy, Brandeis University is part of the top 10 universities in the whole of America for social policy. And in addition to that, I really like the works of Professor Donald Shepard, who is a great public health expert and has developed a lot of metrics. And I would really like him to be my mentor. And I hope I'll be able to work closely with him when I attend Brandeis University. So with the way I have said it, I have given you more than one reason why. And it's within less than a minute or less than 40 seconds. I've told you. So you've encompassed everything. So with this, you're looking at factors like the professors in the school, you're looking at factors like the school's ranking, you're looking at factors like, just be very, very, very specific. You're looking at a particular program or a particular course that is within the program that you are so drawn to or you are so entitled to. And you really have to be confident while you are doing this. Please don't be so timid. Sometimes we all are, we get timid, and then the environment of the whole embassy just makes us so timid. But be very, very confident. So that is how I would answer that question. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a great point from my friend Dr. Mro. And also, I believe if you're going to the interview and they ask you why did you choose university, and I was just training a student from a student who's coming to the University of or Harvard University. So we were discussing why did she choose this university, and she said a lot, but she forgot to add up to the fact that why she chose public health in that particular university, which is Harvard University. Probably Harvard University is one of the Harvard University public health is one of the best. What do you call it? Public health when it comes to the U.S. universities. So, and number two, I also discussed with her that the professor whose your research work aligns with, you can talk about that, which the professor that you're going to work with. And you see, These questions are the whole journey you took in order for you to get to the visa stage. They want you to explain to them. So probably you send code emails and you're able to chance on a particular professor. You mention the name of the professor and the kind of research that professor does, which aligns with your current profession or your current goals. So you send the code email to that professor, and through that, you were able to secure a research assistantship or graduate assistantship, teaching assistantship, and that is how you chose that university because you had a good scholarship, and also the scholarship, they maybe probably the university gave you a Dean Scholars Award, merit scholarships. These are strong points you need to address the visa officer, and that was the why you chose that particular university. So, and if the other factors that make the university stand out, you can add them to it. So, guys, let's go to the second question. So, the second question is why did you choose this program? So, Doc, over to you.
So when it comes to why I chose this program, for me, because I did global health policy, so I always say that everybody will have a different reason. Even though, let's say we are 3 people, we are all going to do public health. We shouldn't have the same reason why we are going to do public health. Personally, you have to shape it to your life story. That's why I always say that your visa interview is just a reflection of all the processes that you've gone through. In your statement of purpose, why did you say that you were choosing that course, or why should they give you the opportunity to do that course? So I had 2 reasons, but I went with this, that as a health professional, I've been giving one-on-one patient care for some time now. And I believe it's time for me to extend my capabilities on a larger scale to help solve, epidemics and then, endemic diseases in different countries. And to be able to help me to do that, I want to serve the world on a larger population. To be able to help me do that, I have to learn global health and then use the knowledge I get to inform policy and decision makings in my country. And so that was one of my reasons. And the next reason was that I had come to a stumbling block in my career. So I wanted to do something else. I wanted to go out of my way to, pursue, something that would give me the skills to serve people on a larger platform or on a larger scale and not just one-on-one. And so these are the reasons why I'm going to do global health policy. So if you hear this, it means that I really want to impact on a larger scale, not just on a patient basis. How you just get to see how many patients in a day, 4, 5 active patients in a day is not enough. I want to be able to make policies that will change our health system. So this is like a longer version of what I'm telling you, but I'm making it long so that you would get you'll be able to use it for you as well. So depending on, maybe this is the time that you've decided that you want to go and do your master's degree, and you've always wanted to do your master's degree, and at this point of your career, you believe this is the time because of A, B, C, D, E, stuff like that. So you have to be very, very specific. Please don't be generic. Okay, so that's my answer to that.
Yeah, so that's a great point. And I remember when I went for my interview and they asked me why did I choose this program, I let them know that I'm a problem solver and I'm currently working as a research assistant at the Confanochi Teaching Hospital, which is the aseptic lab. And what we do is that we test quality water, quality soil, and quality air, because people need to breathe in quality air because there are a lot of diseases which people who are drinking not good polluted water, it comes with diseases. So I would like to further my education in chemistry. For me, I came to study my master's in chemistry. So I would like to have an in-depth knowledge. Since I'm a problem solver, I would like to have an in-depth knowledge about what my field, which is chemistry. So I would like to study my master's in chemistry. Yes, to have an in-depth knowledge and skills in order for me to conduct research into these pollutants or environmental pollutants. And that was the reason why I chose this program. So, guys, you are choosing a particular program in order to come and solve a particular problem you have identified in your community. So that is why you are choosing that program. So whatever program you did, if it's MBA, you want to do masters in MBA because you have identified a financial problem in your community or a particular institution, or your parents' business is not going well. So you like to study MBA to gain financial knowledge to come and support your father's business. So why did you choose this program? Is because you want to gain knowledge and skill to solve a particular question. Why I choose this?
Could you come again? I couldn't quite hear you. Your line was breaking up a bit. Pardon?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's a bit better.
Yeah, so why did you choose the US country?
Oh, so you're asking why I chose the US and not other countries, right? So if you apply to other countries, you have to be very honest. You could be like, oh, I applied to 2 schools in the US and then 1 school in the UK. However, after I got admission to the school in the US, and all these schools are schools that I've really been meaning to go to, and then that is the reason why I am going to this school in the US. You have to be very honest. It doesn't mean even if you apply to other countries, you need to hide it. Don't hide it. Okay. And so for me, for my course, I was not asked that, but if I was asked that, I was going to say that, okay, so I'm going to study this in the United States of America, because when it comes to social health policies, I believe United States has like a health system that is very strong and is advanced and is better than what we have back in Ghana. So I'll be able to study the health system and how health and policies are made and what informs it and what kind of data they gather to help to drive decision making when it comes to data, when it comes to health, and be able to impact that in my country when I come. So the idea of this is to be able to like flatter them, because they are citizens of the United States of America. So everybody likes it when you flatter them about their country and what have you, but you shouldn't make it generic, because United States has good roads, good schools, no, you don't make it generic. You tie it to your course. Okay. And so if, let's say, when you were talking about the water, the pollution and everything, you could have, for chemistry, you could have said that because the United States of America is they have better sanitation, and then better, even when it comes to water. I came here and people literally drink, they fetch water from the tap and they drink. And I'm like, I can't do this. Not because the water is not clean, but because I have like some kind of perception coming back from home. Like it's very hard to get clean water from there. But you could say that because United States has, relatively clean water, sanitation is good. And so you want to learn the reason why that is like that, so that you can come and apply it in your country. So when it comes to why the United States, these are some of the pointers that you can use to be able to, work your way around shaping your truth. Guys, that is the clue here. I was telling Joshua this yesterday, that the whole idea is to shape your truth. Please don't lie, okay? Yeah, so Joshua, that is what I have to say.
Yeah, also I want to add to the fact that US certificates, when you graduate from a US university, is university certificate is recognizable in all over the world, and it's a top class certificate. So because once you're done with school, you're going to be awarded a certificate. So what kind of certificate is the US? Is one of the highest certification you can have all over the world. And if you apply for job, the US certification will give you an upper hand over the other students. And also, if you are going for a STEM program, and I believe that with the STEM program, you're going to have a research. So studying the US is an opportunity for you to have a state of the art laboratory, and also have equipment you can help in conducting your research. And the third one I want to add is also studying the US for chemistry like this. We have chemistry conferences. It's an opportunity for you to meet people and big professors who are also chemists. And also, US is a country, is a destination to a lot of people from all walks of background. People from India, Canada, China, Korea. So it's an opportunity for you to also meet people all over the world, all walks of life, for you to get connection. So in order to be successful in life, you need the right connection.
People.
These are some of the reasons that you can consider when you are asked this question. So the fourth
Yeah.
question we also like to discuss is what is your study plan, or what are some of the courses you will be studying during your undergraduate or your master's or PhD. Tell us, the visa officer can ask you, tell us your study plan or some of the courses, or probably tell us about your research.
Yes. So this is very right. And this is a very good question because they want to know if you are really interested in the school and if you are really going to go to school. Sometimes they can ask you that because some people just pay people to do the stuff for them and they don't know anything about what they are going to study. They don't know anything on their I-20. They don't know anything. They just want to go and present the documents, get their visa, and then not go to school or something. So they want to know. So you have to go to the school's website before you go for the interview. Whatever course that you choose, they usually have like a breakdown of the courses you are likely to study extensively, like they've broken it down on their website. So go to the university's website, then go to the school's website. In America, usually they call it, instead of departments, they'll say maybe School of Chemistry, School of this, School of that. Go to academics and go to that website, whatever program you are going to. So from Brandeis, we had the Hella School for Social Policy and Management. So I'll go to Hella School of Social Policy and Management. Then when I'm done, I'm going to go to, I'll pick my course, I'll open my course. Then you see the courses there. Just read something little about the course. Just know what the course is about. You are now going to study it. So you don't have to know details. And the other thing is that I also always say that the consular officers don't know all the courses and all the universities in America. So it's up to you to be able to defend yourself and show that this is what you are really going to do. So some of the courses that I will be doing is, econometrics, applied econometrics, and then there's some data analysis. And data analysis is going to help us to gather data, interpret data, and help in data-driven decision making. And so you just said 1 or 2 or 3, he'll just be looking at you and you are talking your course. It shows how passionate you are about your course and that you are really passionate and you are really going to do it when you get there. So you just list a few of the courses. Don't just say science, math, that. No, just say it and say something small about it, like I said. So, and econometrics is going to help us to learn research methods. That is going to help us to learn different research methods that are appropriate for different types of studies. Stuff like that. You feel me?
Yes,
Yeah.
so I want to add up that when you ask about, as Doc said, just tell the visa officer about the courses you'll be doing. So in order to find the courses, just play around the department's website, go to the department that you've gained admission, go to the
Mm-hmm.
department's website and be reading a lot about the department, the programs, and the professor you like to work with. So when the visa officer asks you, you can just message. For me, I told them I'm going to do environmental chemistry, organic
Mm-hmm.
chemistry, inorganic chemistry. These are some of the courses I'll be doing each semester. And also, I'll be also be working with a professor. And I went ahead and mentioned the professor's name, Erica Barnes.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one I'm going to work with. And we're going to be working on what? Environmental pollutants, heavy metals, and this. So every semester, this is the professor I'm going to work with. We're going to start the research. And so basically, these are some of the things you need to be discussing when the visa officer asks you this question. So, guys, let's go to the next question. So, the next question is they can also ask you how you were able to secure the scholarship you got. So let's say you're going with a fully funded scholarship. So the visa officer can ask you how were you able to secure your fully or your partial scholarship.
So personally, mine was a merit-based scholarship. So I would say my school gave me this scholarship based on my high GPA. I had a very good GPA. So based on that, I got a merit-based scholarship of this amount. Then you mention it. Or you could say that because I really excelled, I took the GRE exams or I took the SAT exams. I prepared and I took it and I really excelled. And my school was very impressed with my performance. And because of that, they gave me a fully funded scholarship or they gave me this number of scholarships that is worth A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Did you see how this was really packaged very well? You can't just say, because like, guys, be confident, please flow, like talk. Okay, tell them, let them know you know what you're talking about and you know what you're doing. Let them know you know what your life is about and what you're doing. Okay, so you could just go like that and then just say it like you excelled. And yes, praise yourself and you excelled. This was very hard for me to do. But then, as coming to this country, you know that like they thrive on it, they thrive on excellence. So there's no need to not talking about your excellence is not being humble, especially when it's going to give you a visa. Tell the visa consulate officer how good you are. That's the reason why you got that scholarship, and that's the reason why he or she needs to give you that visa. Yeah.
Yeah, so I like to add it up that for me I graduated with a low GPA, so the code email did the magic. That's why I always advise students that send code emails to more professors, more universities, and more professors. So for me, though I graduated a low GPA, but I was able to add stuff that I did. Writing the GRE was a plus, and also I had a good recommendations from professors who recommended me for the school that I applied, and I did online courses to in order to boost my application. So I think all these, and I also got a research publication. So all these came together. That is how come the school considered me, and they gave me a research assistantship, and I got the Dean Scholars Award and as well as a fellowship award. So all these came together. So those with a low GPA, if you ask how are you supposed to get, how did you get this scholarship, you need to tell
Mm-hmm.
them the stuff you did, the online courses, the research
Mm-hmm.
publication you had. All these came to how you were able to scholarship. Let's go to the next. The next is for the what
Yeah, Joshua, I think you're breaking up a bit.
can you hear me?
Yeah, you're breaking up a bit.
What would this, or what these are the same question. Can you hear me
What
now?
is it? Yeah, it's much better.
Yeah. So what would this program do for you, or what are your plans after school?
Okay, so plans after school is a home ties question. Okay, you don't say you are going to work in the United States when you are done. Naturally, they give you an opportunity to practice what you were taught. They have OPT, which is optional practical training. That is not work. That is you practicing what you were taught. Okay, so you don't say you are coming to work when you're done. There are a couple of things that you could say, or that should be your plan, I would say. That number one, you are coming back to start a business. If you are, let's say, the MBA guys and the finance guys and all that, even some of the tech guys, you are coming back to start a business. You are coming back to open your consultancy. That is also one thing. You are coming back to land a promotion. Sometimes people have like promotions that they are due, but they need to upgrade the academic level before they can enjoy those promotions. So you could also do that, or you are coming back to get, a better job. But it's always good to have something. It's like you already have something before you are coming for a higher version of it. So these are some of the things that you could say that when you are done, you are going to come back and you come and do. So Joshua, if you have anything to add, yeah.
So yeah, I think Doc is even first under home ties, and you need to explain to the visa officer how probably you like to take a senior officer role, or what your current position, or probably you want to be a lecturer at your university where you completed, or probably you like to set up a business of yourself after school. That would be your plan, or probably the person who is sponsoring you, probably it might be your parents, or it might be your uncle who or your auntie who is sponsoring, or your brother. Probably they are doing this kind of business, so you like to gain an in-depth knowledge, and once you are done with school, you like to come and invest with the knowledge, invest in the business they are doing. So all these can be a good plan after your school. Also, like right now, we are going to the second category, which is your finances. So the first question under finances is how are you going to pay for your deficit, or who is your sponsor?
Okay, so with this question, it's dicey. It's okay, it's not dicey, but they just want to know if you'll be able to cater for your education. Guys, I said it yesterday. If you don't have money, and you are here, you don't have money for your school fees. Imagine you've paid your first semester school fees and your second semester you don't have money. You would now understand the reason why they ask some of these questions that they ask people. Like I've seen people who sometimes go through, who their sponsors sometimes bail out on them, and then they are so devastated. Now, you need to be clear. I always say this, that in the United States, what they know, what the kind of family members they know is your mother, your father, and then your siblings. That's it. That's the kind of family that they are used to, your nuclear family. So they're not really used to extended family members taking care of us. So if you are going to say it's your uncle, your cousin, whoever it is, you need to also establish a reason why the person is also doing that. So you could say my uncle, who is my mother's father, is the one who has been taking care of us since our father passed away. If your father has not passed away, don't kill your father because of visa. So if your father has passed away, you can say that he's the one who has been taking care of you. And so he decided to take and pay your tuition. Or you could say that your uncle, who is your father's brother, owes your father a favor and decided to take care of your master's degree. Or you excelled in your bachelor's degree, and then your uncle, who is your father's brother, decided to take the full cost of your master's degree anytime you are ready. As such, he's the one doing it. Give a reason why that person is going out of their way if the person is not your mother or your father. Joshua, yesterday he said this and it was very funny and it's very true. He said that it is your mother and father's responsibility to take care of you. They planned you and then they gave birth to you. Even if they did not plan, you still came and they still gave birth to you. So to them, they are your responsibility. But if any other person is doing this favor, even if it's your father's friend, like think about it. Why on earth would your father's friend want to sponsor you? Doesn't he have kids of his own? You know, so you need to give a reason why that person is going to do that for you. So sometimes too, you wouldn't want to go rattle and look like you've rehearsed the whole thing. So you could just leave it as my uncle, who is my father's brother, owes my father a favor and decided to pay back this kindness by taking care of my tuition. And then you'll be good to go. Yeah.
Yeah, so as Doc said, you need to build a relation with the sponsor. So if it's your parents, as Doc said, it's your parents' responsibility to take care of you. So if your parents are not doing that, then you need to build a connection. How are you related to the person who is sponsoring you? And what have you done to that person that he or she is willing to sponsor you? It can be your uncle, your aunt, your brother, a stepfather, or whatever. So probably the uncle, your parents took care of your uncle. So in order for it to be a way of a kindness to show back to, or a way of thanking your parents, he would like to take care of you for your master's degree in the US. And he does this. You need to tell the business officer what your uncle or your brother or your stepbrother does, why
Yes.
he's willing to. Yeah, so probably he's into exportation of what cocoa seedlings. He does this business. He owns this business, and because of this, he earns an annual income of let's say $100,000. You need to speak with numbers. He earns an annual income of $100,000, and because of that, he is willing to sponsor you with amount of what $40,000 or $20,000 each year to pay for your deficit, and your deficit is of $20,000. So you need to create a connection. So if you're able to do that, visa officer will not come and ask you. If they ask you who is your sponsor, my uncle. The visa officer will also add another question. Why is he willing to sponsor you and how much? So you don't need the visa officer to ask a lot of questions. You summarize everything. Your deficit of $20,000 is going to be paid by my uncle, who is a politician or who is a businessman or is in a real estate business, who earns an annual income of let's say $200,000, and he's willing to pay my deficit of $20,000 or $25,000 a year. He believes in my dreams and he believes in my aspiration. Oh, he probably has been able to an education or parents are not careful. So
Josh, I think you're waking up a bit. Probably your internet.
might be great point that a lot of people are going for their interview without good scholarship. People are going with no scholarship at all. So guys, because students are going with no scholarship at all, I will urge you that you need to build a very strong story when it comes to who is paying for your deficit or who is your sponsor. If you're not able to convince the visa officer about it, then please, your visa will be denied. I remember I went the first time with no funding. I was able to convince the visa officer how I would pay $44,000 a year. That was Missouri
Wow.
University of Science and Technology. How am I going to pay? I was able to convince the visa officer, so she gave me that my visa cannot be approved at this time. So I had to go the second time. So guys, you need to build a very strong story on how you are going to pay for your head so that when you get to the US, you will not be what? Be stranded and you'll be able to
Stranded.
pay, yeah, and pay, you'll be able to pay for
Serious, guys. It's serious.
yeah.
It's serious. If you go and lie a lot and then now you come here, you'll be so stranded. Like I have stories. I have a story on my channel where two people were even like they had to go through fraud because they were so stranded that they had to get somebody to sign a loan for them, Sally Mae. And the person who helped them to fill and apply for the loan was in Ghana and gave them a guarantor. Meanwhile, the guarantor's information was even false. He just got it from the internet and they were almost expelled and brought back to Ghana. So finances is quite serious though, but there are also loans where you don't have to get co-signers. So whatever it is, please make good decisions, okay? I also have a video on like the funding options, all your funding options. Sometimes we all pray for full scholarship, but when you don't get full scholarship, what do? You won't come to school. There are other ways. So you can watch that video as well on the funding options. Yeah.
Your students also with empower loan, how they to plan themselves and how they are going to sort of it or on the empower have been was denied. So, Doc, can you help us on how students can repay back their loan, which is probably those who are students are going with Empower or any other loan?
So, if you are going with a loan, the thing about going with a loan is going with a loan or going to school with a loan is not bad. I'll say it and I'll say it again. Because when you even come to America, the number of people that have had their education with student loans is not, if it was bad, they wouldn't have that system in the first place, but they do. So their concern is for you not to get a loan and come with an intention that you are coming to stay here to work to pay that loan. That means that you have to stay here for a long time. So, and like we always say, is a non-immigrant visa. So for that, you should think about ways in which you pay. I read something from someone that said that if you have a business in Ghana, you can tell them that you have a business in Ghana that is currently running, that makes an amount of this. If you have a business in Ghana, I'm not saying go and tell them you have a business in Ghana if you don't have a business in Ghana. And so if you have a business in Ghana, they are definitely going to ask you for some things that shows that you really have a business in Ghana, like your registration and your bank statements and your company accounts and stuff like that. So when you have that, it's easy. So you have a business that is running, that can run in your absence, and you make an amount of this, which you could be using to pay your loans, even while you're in school, or even when you are done and you come back, it's easy for you to pay. That's one aspect of it. And so you can think about all the ways with which you can use to, pay back the loan. The issue is not getting the loan. The issue is paying back the loan. So that is it. And then if you also, another way that people also do this is that they have steady leave with pay. So you can say, oh, your company has given you a steady leave with pay and they are going to give you this every month. And that should be able to sustain you and pay some parts of the loan while you're still in school. And then when you are back and you have that higher position or what have you, then you could be able to pay the rest. So that's about some of the ways in which you can answer the question if you are going with loan. But I also advise people that even if you've secured a loan and you have a family member who is willing to sponsor you, sometimes it's a bit, I won't say it's stronger, but then I'll say it's safer for you, so that just in case the family member bails out, then you now have the loan to fall on. Because sometimes people change their minds. Today they'll say they're going to help you. Tomorrow something may happen in their own lives, and then they may not be able to help you. And then you have that backup plan, and you'll not be stranded. So that's what I have to say about that, Josh.
Yeah, so Doc, we thank you for this great submission. So guys, we like to go straight to the home ties. We like to go straight to the home ties. So with the home ties, the first question they can ask you, what do you do for a living? What do you do, or what kind of job do you do?
So for the job that you do, if you are working, you say it that I'm currently working as a dentist in this hospital, ABCDE. And so when you say that, or when you say I'm currently a software engineer in ABCD, I'm currently a technical in ABCDE. Also know that whatever you are saying, you need documents to prove it. Don't say that and they say, do you have any backing evidence? Then you're standing, then you're looking at them. I always say when it comes to visa, over preparation is better than under preparation. So take all the documents. Any question that we've discussed here, you need documents to back them. Okay. So the answer to that would be that, oh, I'm currently working as this ABCDE. Now it informs them that you are secured here. You're secured in Ghana. So whatever happens, you are going to come back because you have a job that you have to come back to, sort of when you're done, studying and applying everything and learning whatever you have to do. So that's how you say it. So I'm currently a general dentist in this hospital, or I currently work for Ghana Grass as a chief, Then you say it. You don't just say the company and leave it. Then you say what you do. And you can also add a sentence. So I'm a general dentist in Asha, or in this hospital, and where I provide general dental cleaning, like dental services to the public. Something like that. That sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah, so basically when they ask you, you just let them know the position you hold at that particular institution. So for me, I let them know that I am working as a research assistant at the Conference Teaching Hospital and in the aseptic lab. And I just went ahead and mentioned my duties. We test lab, we test this, we test that, and we're able to serve our clients. So this is just let them, the visa officer, know your position in that institution as well as what your duties. And I think you should the home page what do you are done with, what is the degree that you is you have children, you married, and you have kids.
So your internet is not working well for you. Yeah, you're breaking up a little. Yeah, network.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the next question we want to discuss is the next home tie question is whether you are married or probably whether you have kids. Mostly, most students have been asked this question.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's very important. Family is very important. Like I told you, they don't joke with family here. In addition to home ties, I'll say that another thing too is like they don't want you to neglect your family as well. So they want to know, So yes, you can say no, I am not married. But then if you have a fiance, you can say, but I'm engaged to be married to a wonderful woman here, ABCDE. So then they know that you have somebody here that you're going to come to. Or you can say you are married with 2 kids. And yesterday, Joshua told me this, that you can say the work that your wife does as well, because sometimes it also shows that even as you are away, your family will not be stranded, okay? Sometimes they look at all these little things. You have no idea. You don't think that the fact that you say you are married is alone. It means that it's good home ties. You're going to come back. But as you are leaving, the Ghanaians, if you are not Ghanaian too, sorry to the other, nationalities. I'm trying to say that as you are leaving them there, what are you leaving for them? Do you understand? So you say, oh, you are married to a woman who does A, B, C, D, E, and then you have 2 beautiful children. And another thing that came to mind, I couldn't say it yesterday, but I said I'll say it today, is that you have to make it as conversational as possible. Just make it like you're talking to somebody, like the way we are talking to you guys right now. Don't go and make it look like a teacher and a student who is holding a cane and is about to lash you. No. You believe in yourself and make it look like, hey, please give me my visa. I'm just going to school. I'm coming back. What's the big deal? You know? So that's one thing too. So have a conversation and tell them that you're married and the number of children that you have. Basically, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, can you guys hear me? Nana create one. I find it difficult in hearing. Can you guys hear me? It looks like I'm having an issue with my microphone, or probably I don't know if it's my network. Can you guys hear me now? Is it okay, Doc? Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's okay now. Yeah, it's much better.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So probably if you have if you are married, I'm not saying if you're not married, you're not going to be approved visa. But if you're married, you have your wife and your kids, and you have a child. Definitely, nobody will travel and leave their wife or kids behind. They will definitely come for them. So if you are married and you have kids, it becomes a very strong point. But if you are single too, the only advice I can say is that get good scholarship and you just let the visa officer so job
Yeah, so you're breaking up again.
question you link in that you ask, but want to type in your questions around, you can put the questions there. We are almost finished. We are wrapping up. In the next 5 minutes. We're going to end this live session and we will take in questions. So guys, if you have any questions, just check in the comment section. We will put a link after this interview so that if you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask us. So guys, I think we are wrapping up, and if you discuss what are your plans after school and whether you you have a business that you like to come back and take over, that can also be a home tie. So guys, and there are other questions. Though they can also ask your traveling experience. Have you ever traveled outside Ghana? This can be a very great question. For me, I remember I told the visa officer I traveled to Cyprus, and that was a great. And if you tell the visa officer the country you went to, let them know the purpose with which you travel to. You should make sure you don't have to learn this because the visa officer to South Africa. If you but enter the country at the point of entry, then
Josh, could you repeat that? You were breaking up a bit. Could you repeat that for the subscribers on the audience?
About travel experience, the visa can ask, is it better now?
Yeah, much better now. Much better.
So the visa officer can ask you whether you have a travel experience, because traveling experience is one of the ways it can increase chances of securing your F1 visa when you have a traveling experience. So for me, I remember I told the visa officer I went to Cyprus, and once you travel to any country, you need to let the visa officer know the purpose with which you traveled, whether you went to school in that country or probably you went for a conference or you went to visit family. Let the visa officer know. If you travel to, let's say, 3 countries, you mention the country, then you mention the purpose with which you traveled. So I've been to the Europe, or I went to Belgium, I went to visit family. I went to Germany, I went on a business conference. I went to South Africa. So guys, if you mention the country you've traveled to, then you mention the purpose with which you traveled. It's very, very important. So guys, Doc, can you also share your experience with that as well?
Yeah, and even though I had some travel experience, it doesn't mean that if you don't have travel experience, you cannot get your visa. I know people who they don't even have a passport. They got a passport because of this process, and they are still here. So don't let this scare you. You can tell them, no, I've not had the opportunity to travel yet, and this will also be a very good time to be able to explore the United States or something like that. It's not scary. It doesn't mean that you will not get your visa. Okay. Now, travel experience contributes greatly when you are doing a B1, B2. That is when travel experience is very heavy over there. But over here, I mean, if you've not got the opportunity to go, if you've not got the chance to travel, like, it's not a big deal. I know people, they did not know Jack, and they've not even sat in a plane before. but they were able to get their visa and they were able to come. So speak your truth. That is what I always say. Speak your truth, package your truth. You could just be like, yeah, I've always been meaning to travel, but I've never really got the opportunity or the chance. So I've been busy working on a whole lot of things. I've not yet had the time to travel or something like that. So that is also part of it. So yeah.
So that is, and they can also ask you if you have relatives in the US, whether you have
That's
you have any relatives in
I'll
the
leave
US,
it for
or you
you.
know anybody in the
That's your specialty. The whole process. I know this is your specialty. Everybody has their specialty, guys. Yeah. and we had a similar conversation here. So maybe there'll be some things we may say, not say. So you could also go to my channel at Dr. Rich Lavenbro. Those who are here, you could subscribe. And then we have a similar one we did yesterday. You could take your time and watch. And another thing I keep telling you guys is as you are watching, write the questions down and draft your own answer. There's power in putting paper to pen. Pen to paper, sorry. There's power in putting pen to paper and writing it. It helps you organize your thoughts, okay? So that when you get there, you're not like all over the place. So you can watch, after you're done with this, you can go watch that, write everything down. And when you wake up in the morning, we'll leave that for when we're about to close. Joshua, family, do you have any family members?
Yeah, so mostly I would say that because even if you have family in the US, they do not file for you to join them. You are coming on your own. You apply for schools, and you'll be given what an I-20. So for me, even if you have relatives, just let the visa officer know you don't know anybody. You are coming here to study on your own. You are here on your own. So and because
If you have
definitely
distant relatives, for me, if you have distant relatives, for me, what I would advise is you could say that you have a distant uncle, but you've not heard from the uncle in a long while. And it's mostly true. Like, you don't really hear from them. They are always busy. So you could say, or maybe you have a distant auntie who is in, you just mentioned the States. Or if you don't have relatives, don't have relatives. But the truth is, most of the time when they say relatives, they just mean mother, father, brother, sister. And Joshua has a funny way of saying it. I always laugh at him and tell him that it's rude, but he says that if they really wanted you, they would have fought for you to come.
exactly.
I always
Since
laugh
they've
and
not
then
do
I
that,
say,
you don't know them. You're coming on your own.
exactly. So once they've not filed for you, you don't know them. But if you have a mother, father, brother, sister, and you are in contact, you are not in contact with them, you could say, oh, you have a distance this and you've never heard from them. Another thing is they want to see if you are going to run away, because if you have these family members who are here who have not filed for you, like Joshua said, that means there's a probability that you are going to run away when you go there. And another thing too is that their status, they can even ask you what is their status. And then with that computer that they have that they are always typing, I don't know what they're always looking for, but they're always looking for something as you're talking. Even sometimes before you come, they have looked through your DS-160 and then they know something about you. That is why it's not a good thing to keep lying. So Joshua, over to you, to your favorite question.
Yeah. So, guys. So once, because I just have a situation where one of my aunties here in the US, one of her sisters wanted to come here, but her uncle who lives with my auntie, a bank statement for her to join them. But when she went for your I-20, you can take your your relatives' documents or bank statements for your I-20. But for the interview, we always advise students that when you're going for the interview, don't let the visa officer know that you have any relatives here. Get someone in Ghana and get a relative in Ghana and get their bank statement, and you use that, or a friend statement. You can use a friend statement or talk to people, you understand? And let them be your sponsor. Don't, you see, in most cases, some also went and they told the visa officer they have relatives. But in a situation where you are going to University of Bridgeport and your uncle is in Bridgeport, it gives an alarm that you run away after school. So guys, it's not safe to do that. You understand? So don't, you can use relatives in the US statement for the I-20, but for the interview, please don't make the mistake of telling visa officer you have a relative you are using the state. What your mom is in the your relative country, dad, in, let's say, in UK, in Canada, in Belgium, you can use their statement. But if the person is in the US, they know that you guys have planned something, and once you're done with school, you're gonna run to the person. So it's not advisable. This my microphone was gonna disgrace me today. And this is a new microphone I bought, but I don't know why it's probably I need to return it back to Amazon and probably get.
The good things about being here, if you bought it at Cantonman, so you see whether you can take it back.
Almost I return stuff. Whatever stuff I buy, if I buy it and I see it's not to be good, I just return it.
Yeah,
and Amazon will take it and refund it. Yeah, send me my money.
Yeah.
So guys,
True.
yeah, so we are done with the live session, and thank you all guys for showing up today for this live session. I think I've seen a question. If you have any question, just drop it in the comment section. I'm just gonna put the link here. So guys, those who are interested, you can come live and ask your question. You can come live and ask your question. Yeah. You can come live and question. I think I've seen. You can use the link. I posted the link in the comment section. You can tap on it and join us live and ask your question. I've seen a question. Justice Ivan. The Abuja visa officer.
Just your break.
Is it working?
No, it's breaking up.
So guys, if you have any question, let me address it. Yeah, so guys, I don't know if you can hear me, just put in the comment section. I can hear you, and let me address this question. So in the Abuja Embassy, the visa officer asked that how much do you earn? How much do you earn? When you answer, she will say your salary is too small. You will earn higher in the US, so why will you come back? Yes, so I think with this question, I believe with this question, so guys, you need to. That's why you need to get a good paying job. So for me, I will just say that you need to get a good paying job, and probably a good paying. So on your DS 160, you don't have to lie. So the amount you receive, and sometimes if the visa officer, if you put huge amount of money that is your income, the visa officer might ask for what a proof, which will be your pay slip or your pay stubs to show that you are receiving, let's say, that amount you stated in the DS 160. So guys, whatever information you're going to put, that's what I'm saying. You need to tell the truth and protect the truth. You understand? You need to tell the truth and what protect the truth. So whatever information you're giving, you should be able to defend that truth. You should be able to defend it. So guys, if your salary is, then you need to get a good paying job, and you can also start a business. So let's say you're working, but you also have a side hustle. You have a job that pays. You have a job that pays, right? Yeah. So once you're able to do that, then you at least you have a business, your own personal business account, and also your own personal business account, as well as what the salaries you are taking. Yes. So how do you solve this problem? If you are not earning much, start your own business too, or get a good paying job. So Doc, it's up to you. There's a question on the floor. Yeah. So
Please, can I be heard?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you. So
yeah, but let's wait. Obed, can you wait? Let me need to finish with this question, then I'll allow you to come in. So, Doc, I can you are muted, Doc. Hello?
Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, perfect. What did you say?
Yeah, the person said he went to the interview. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the visa officer said he's not earning too much because he knows in his country people earn well. So when you go, you not return. Yeah, so you were denied based on that factor. So what would such a person do in their next interview?
Oh, wow. Was it in relation to paying of the fees or what they are earning now? Like, I mean, was the person having a scholarship and stuff like that? That means that so that should not be the only reason why the person was bound. So it means the person probably did not also have home ties in addition to having the low salary. Because everybody is moving forward in life. You're doing your masters to be able to earn better. Do you understand? So there should be something else that will tie the person to their home. So either they are married, or they get a better job, or they can also, just in case they have any business, or stuff like that. You need to just do things to make your home ties stronger, because if your home ties are strong and you are still earning little, you can tell them that, yes, that's the reason why I'm doing my master's degree, so that I can come back and earn better. Sometimes you have to be very confident and you have to be very, very, don't be timid. That's what I'm telling you. I have a guy who was bounced. And then I did not do mine in Ghana. I did it in Sierra Leone. And I don't know if there's the same thing in Ghana, but they take your fingerprint. I think right means they give it to you and left means they don't give it to you. Something funny like that. So when they were taking that fingerprint, the guy was like, no, I want to go and do my master's. The lady was just looking at us like, do you have anything to tell me? He said, yes, I really want to go and do my master's degree. Why? Please. It's sometimes you have to have some level of confidence. So if I were him, I'll just be like, yes, I'm not earning so well. And that's the reason why I want to do my master's degree, to be able to come back and earn better. Unless they were sponsoring themselves. If they were sponsoring themselves, then that is, they have every right and every grounds to be able to say no, because you're not even earning enough to be able to take care of yourself when you go, not to talk about when you come back. So then you will not even come back at all. So that's about what I have to say about that. Yeah.
So, Doc, the person is saying that it was fully funded. It was fully funded. And he said,
Wow.
even if your salary is high, why are you going to do your master's? She doesn't check the I-20 and deny fully funded a lot. Yes, fully funded. That's what our brother is saying.
Wow. That's a bit different. That's very different though. But wait, they said even if your salary is high, then why are you going to do math? Who is ever satisfied with their salary? So you could say, even though it's high, I'm still not satisfied. That is not how much I want to make. I want to make more. And it's not just about the money. I also want to come and impact. There's something that, you should create a problem that is missing in your field of study that you want to come and solve, You see, so you could also say it's not just about the money, because even here, when they are giving you employment and you don't like the money, they'll tell you that it's not all about the money. We also have other benefits So you can say, yes, I'm earning high, but there's a problem. There's an issue that I want to go and get knowledge and come and solve. Why are you denying me the opportunity to go and study? Something like that, or why are you not giving it to me? Sometimes you can ask and they can tell you, and you can even defend yourself, but you just don't have to be so defensive. You defend yourself 1, 2, they still say no. You said, okay, there'll be other opportunities. Sometimes they are human beings. They wake up one day and they fight with their wives and their girlfriends and what have you. And then sometimes I just believe, it may be true, may not be true, but sometimes I believe that also affects them. So I'm very sorry it happened to you, but please don't quit. Keep trying, okay?
Yeah, so yeah, I think stuff that cannot be and is at that time. So guys, even if it's fun and this that job, after this session,
Wow, you're breaking up again.
oh,
Yeah,
this
it's
It's good. Yeah, so after this live session, I'll come back on and train students for the next 1 hour. Students will be available for the live session. We will train you on your mock interview. So, guys, after this session, I'll close this channel. I'll close this live stream. Then we start a new one and train you ourselves for the mock interview. So, guys,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So right now, our brother Obed Roxon is here. Obed, you can now go ahead and ask your question.
Yes, thank you. I'm just preparing for my first mock interview, which I'll join in your subsequent ones. I just want to clarify this. So for me, like this, I think I have an out of state tuition waiver and a graduate assistantship, and I'm supporting myself. I'm using personal funds, but I'm in contemplation because a colleague of mine is saying that I should, my I-20 is personal funds, and in my bank account I have that money, but they are saying I should also indicate that I'm using personal funds and to be supported by maybe my brother-in-law in the UK who earns good. So I don't really know if that's necessary.
I think brother-in-law is a little far-fetched. If it's your brother, yes. Your sister, yes. But once you have the personal funds and it's okay, the thing about the funding is it shouldn't be the exact amount. Let's say your deficit or whatever it is you have is, let's say, $20,000. It doesn't mean you should have exactly $20,000 in your account. Okay, so it has to be a little more. Like, it has to be more, because if you could mute, I think there's some feedback. Okay, good, perfect. So I believe it has to be a bit more, because why would you carry all your life savings and go to school in America? It's more like you are not going to come back. You're using your whole life savings. So I have a few things to advise you about. You can increase that money that is there, your personal funds. It can be higher. Maybe, yeah, it can be higher. That is it. Just let it be higher so that it doesn't look like you're taking on your money. That's number one. Number two, even if you have a backup plan, it can be a person that is closer. It can be your brother. It can be your sister. It can be your father. It can be your uncle, what have you. I believe, or I feel brother-in-law is a bit far-fetched. Like I told you guys earlier, they don't believe in these things, like your brother-in-law is going to pay for you and so just to be safe, even if you need a backup, get somebody who is close to you. Personally, that's what I would say.
Okay, so I can get a backup. So my sister can be my backup. But the issue is that I don't really know if I just have to, because it has no relation to getting that details on my I-20, right?
No, it has no relation. So long as your school has approved that your personal funds will be able to cover, all they'll need is your bank statement to show that your personal funds will really be able to cover. They'll go with what is on the I-20. Even though they've seen it, they want to be sure that is really true. So my first advice would be to boost your bank statement, and I hope that money too is not money that like has been pumped like immediately. It has to show like money that is frequently coming in at a good rate, like not like one day somebody woke up and went to put that money there. That is also a mistake that people make, and I think it really gets to them. So you could keep, just building it. You just build it and let it be more. That is your best and surest way, because that is what is on your I-20. That's number one. And if there's any backup, I think if you need a backup, you should use your sister. Get your sister's bank statement, add it to it. And so if they tell you that your personal funds is not enough, you'd be like, yes, you were probably thinking about it. You were not sure, but you have your sister who is ready to fall in anytime there's any issue or any problem. And she also offered sponsorship. So this is her letter. You're good. You're covered.
Okay, then I think so probably I'm going to do it by my personal savings and coupled with assistance from my sister.
Yeah,
Who
sister
is
is
blah blah blah. Okay, sure. All right,
exactly
sure. That's
great. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's great that you've gotten a good answer, and I think I'll add up that whoever is sponsoring you, at least your deficit, it should be like ×3 or ×4 of your deficit should be in the to
Josh, you're breaking
sorry,
up
Joshua.
again.
Can you type that for me, because I can't really hear anything.
Yeah, you're breaking up again.
Oh God, this microphone today, God. I don't know why this microphone messed me.
Yeah, people have visited you.
Oh God, this is a new microphone I bought, and I had to even
Yeah.
charge it. Yes, when we were even testing it, that was the same thing it was doing. So I thought it was not full.
It's
I had
gonna
it
be
the whole
better.
night, but I'm so surprised it's still not. So can you
Mm-hmm.
hear me now, guys?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Much better.
Is it okay? Yeah. So what I'm saying that if somebody is willing to sponsor you, at least what your deficit, and what is deficit? Deficit is equals your cost of attendance minus the scholarship you got. That is your deficit. So let's say if your deficit is $20,000, you need to multiply by three, making $60,000. So if you're in Ghana, that means you are spending cedis. So you need to convert $60,000 to cedis. So when you convert it to cedis, and the person who is willing to sponsor you, that money, when you convert to cedis, let's say, will be like 600,000 cedis. So if that person who is sponsoring doesn't have that 600,000 as their collection balance at that time, they've printed their bank statement for you. Please, I'm sorry, the visa officers will not hold, because the visa officer will do their calculation and know that this person or your sponsor wouldn't have enough money to sponsor you. And yesterday I said that if you are going with what your brother's business account or money accounts are used to run the company. There's no way someone will give you a business account to pay for your fees. So when you go with a business account, go with your sponsor's personal or savings account in addition to the business account. A lot of people have sent me a message, and I realize that most of them, people pray have what business accounts for them. Visa officer will deny you because nobody will use the money they are using to run a company to pay your fees. It doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm.
So inform your sponsor that you need their personal or savings account in addition to the business account they're giving you. And you are the student, so you're the one to do the calculations to know that this person is sponsor you or not. So if it's for different family members, the family member sponsoring you, so you need to check for other who have money willing to pay for their money. Okay, wait. Obed, Rox, I hope your question will be answered.
Yeah, thank you. So, in addition to her
You
bank
want-
statement, I think will I need any letters that I have to draft and sign or something, or just that?
Yes,
Yeah,
get a
mostly
letter
people
from.
say that. Okay,
It would be good to
okay,
get a
okay.
letter from her saying that something very simple, saying that my name is ABCDE, Obed Robson is my brother, and I'm giving him this to state that in case he has any financial difficulties in his school journey or whatever it is, I'm willing to take care of her in the time. That's it. Something very simple.
All right, I'll
So,
do that. Thank you very much.
yeah.
Yeah, but most visa officers they don't have time to check. Mostly they check the bank statement and affidavits of support and sponsorship letters. Fine, if it's Canada, fine. But with US, visa officers don't have time to take that document
They
and
don't
go through.
have time
So
to
it's
check.
your self
Mm-hmm.
confidence. US doesn't deal with documents. So it's about your
Yeah.
self confidence. Join mock interviews.
Yeah.
Build your self confidence, especially when it comes to who is paying your deficit. Build a good story around that side. Be very confident and know what you're saying. And if you're able to do that, visa officer will approve your visa.
Yeah, they
Don't
never
convince
asked for
visa.
any of my documents. Nothing. They didn't even check my bank
Me too.
statements.
You
Nothing.
know,
Nothing. But I always say it's better to be over prepared than under prepared. Just get it and put it there. You may one day meet somebody who is ready to take all that and look at it. But some people they take it. I know somebody, the person had the foreign bank statement, a US bank statement. They took it. They actually took it away together with a passport. And that means that visa was going to be provided on condition that that statement was legit. Now, if it's a US statement, they can check because US is highly digitalized. Even Ghana, like to an extent, but maybe not fully. I don't know. But they can check. They return the statement together with a passport with a visa inside. So they are not document heavy, but sometimes they can really go there. So it's better to be over prepared than under prepared. I always say that.
Yeah, so guys, I hope your questions have been answered. Obed Rock, I hope you're okay with the answers we gave, and all the best in your interview if you are yet to go for your interview. Comfort Inform, you guys are really doing a great job. Thanks once again. You're welcome. Just subscribe. You'll be coming live and subscribe to Dr. Moss channel. You'll be coming live every weekend. And if you have questions from now till ending of August, because this is the season for visa interview.
These are
So, and I'll be
interviews. Yeah.
coming live every day to train students, build your self confidence. You need to be very bold and you need to be very articulate when you go for your interview. So every day, 7 p.m. GMT, I'll be coming live. I don't know the country you'll be watching from in Nigeria. I don't know the Ghana Nigeria difference. It might be 8 p.m. in Nigeria. But just subscribe. I'll be coming live every day to train students for. So once you subscribe and I come live, you'll be us, we will train you on how you will be able to speak boldly when you go for your interview. So, guys,
Mhm.
if there are no questions, we're going to end this live stream. But I have my numbers in the description, or you can still send a comment. YouTube will give me the notification. You can leave your comments or question. I'll come respond. Or Dr. Amro, once she sees the comments, she will also
Yes, I'll
respond.
also
Yes. So,
respond. Yeah.
guys,
Yeah.
leave
We'll
questions
also
behind.
I'll also be doing a few of them too on my channel. So
Yeah.
you could also go there, see the videos. There are lots of videos you could also benefit from. Subscribe and join the family. We're a big family. We are here to assist and guide all of you. And this is some kind of assistance that we wish we got that we did not get. And then we are willing to do that for you guys. Okay. We know that the process can be very, very daunting. So we are here for all of you as well. Yeah. And some people too want to do the process anonymously. If you want to, you could also follow me on Instagram at Dr_Mbro and just follow and leave your question there. We are going to anonymously also answer. You could also leave it on Joshua's, social media platform. Enter the DMs where nobody would see. Some people like their process discreet. If you want to discreet, you don't want to share, you don't want people to know, just let us know. We are going to also answer the questions without mentioning your name. We respect your privacies as well.
Yeah, so guys, we'll be ending this live stream, and I'll be coming live. I'll come live with my phone. This is my laptop, my MacBook. So I'll be coming live on my phone to check if I want to know whether it's the laptop or the phone or probably the microphone. So that if I want to return it, then return. So guys, if I'll be coming live in the next 2 minutes, if you are preparing for your visa interview, just come live in the next 1 hour. Let's ask ourselves questions and let me know how prepared you are for your visa interview. And all the best to everyone who is
Yes.
preparing for your visa interview. So catch us live, subscribe. We'll be coming live every day from now till August. And you can ask us and we're going to train you. We all the guys are like we are approved and seeking proof will come and help you out in every situation. So guys, thank you all. Bye bye.
Bye.